Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hello my dear and esteemed students to a new lesson of English, lesson number 10. It has the title of Sport and Society. Let's do the tasks required from us. Number A. Work in pairs. Discuss whether sport plays an important part in modern society. Discuss whether sport plays an important role or part in modern society. So, what do you think, my students, about the role of sport? Does sport play an important part in society, especially modern society? Yes, I think it plays a very important part in our societies nowadays. Number B. Is sport important to you? Complete this questionnaire and find out. Tick yes. Why? Don't know. DK or no in. So according to your thoughts, opinion, etc., according to your mention, you can decide if you want to tick Y, D, K or N. So here is the questionnaire, sports questionnaire. Number 1, do you like sport? Yes, I think all of us like sports. Yeah. Number 2, do you prefer team games? Then we have, do you prefer individual games? Do you play for your class? Do you play for your school? Do you like to keep fit? Then, do you want to go on playing? Do you play for enjoyment? Do you play to win? Do you watch sports every week? Do you often watch sports on TV? Do you play outside school time? Do you play with your parents? Do you find sport enjoyable? Do you find sport relaxing? Do you make friends through sport? And the last question is, do you enjoy competition? So here you can answer to these questions or to this questionnaire according to your emotions, according to your thoughts, according to your opinion. So it's up to you to do this. Practice number B. Let's move to another task or exercise. Exercise number C. Your answers to the questionnaire in exercise number B, in the previous one. Your answers to the questionnaire in exercise B give information on what you think about sport, your attitude. The class results give a picture of class attitudes overall. Work out the total class response to question A. So, work out the total class response to question 1 by finding out how many students said yes. Work out this number as a percentage of the class as a whole. Yeah. Here are the answers. Possible answer: probably the best way of gathering the data is to record the results in the chart set out on the board. Each pair can then take down the totals and work out the percentages. We have an example here. For example, there are 20 students in the class. 15 of them replied yes to number 1. They like sport. 15 times 100 equals 75%. At this point, you will need to quickly get the views of the class on some of the questions. Use the questions you have on the board and tell students to raise their hands for yes, no, and don't know for each question. Put the numbers on the board, and finally we can make a chart representing the class as a whole. Practice number A in our workbook. Psychologists and sociologists use questionnaires. Psychologists and sociologists use questionnaires to understand people's attitudes and their behavior in group situations. At a football match, there are teams and there is a crowd. Mark each of the words and phrases in the books. T if you associate it with being part of a team, and C if you associate it with being part of the crowd. We have natural, artificial, having a leader, having no leader, formal, informal, permanent, temporary, large, small, at work, at leisure, of similar age, of various ages. Here are the answers. For C, I mean the crowd, we have natural, usually. Having no leader, also usually. Informal, temporary, large, at leisure, of various ages. Whereas, according to T, a team, artificial, having a leader or a captain or a coach, yeah, formal, permanent, the team is small, at work, and they are all of similar ages. Now let's move to number B. Read the text on the next page, then answer these questions. Number 1, find 2 emotions that are mentioned in the text. 2, have you ever felt like this? Number 3, can you explain why these attitude changes to take place? First of all, we want to read the text. Crowd behavior. Crowd behavior is the title of this text. A crowd is usually thought of as a gathering of a large number of people. They are all attending something of common interest. For example, a demonstration or a football match. What's surprising is that a person in a crowd is likely to behave quite differently from the way they would behave if they were by themselves. Why is this so? Firstly, it seems they share feelings of emotion. Emotion such as excitement or fear. People also feel they have less responsibility and less self-control. Maybe this is because people feel they are lost. In the crowd, they can behave badly and not get caught. Now, after reading this text, we can answer the previous questions. Number 1. Find two emotions that are mentioned in the text. We have excitement and fear. Number 2. Have you ever felt like this? Yes, here some students felt like this. Some other students didn't feel like this. Number 3. Can you explain why these attitude changes take place? Here, my dear students, you can give your own answers to this question. Now, after doing this exercise number B on page number 41, unit 6, we can end up the lesson. Thank you for listening to me and see you later.